And it is something I'm willing to do. At some point we kind of probably should replace it with something else. Religious tensions. Brother of the light, the situation spacing is calling up the light, increasing tension. Religion. Religion is great, isn't it? King Isir Potat in Shadowing. King Isir Potat is falling to the shadow. And now past the halfway point, reaching 50% enchantment. So reduce their motivation to perform various actions which harm your interests, such as attacking your heroes, warding against shadow, driving back shadow, ordering the destruction of High Manon's location. I guess you're the king of, of Brate. Of course. He's falling ever so slowly, and your air is also falling. Nice. Now as for you, little courtier, you will need probably more intrigue if I had to take an educated guess. And this is how you can tell that the place is infiltrated, because it has now little tendrils. Now then, yeah, I do have some gold. So if I rob your treasury, my little courtier would get some money out of that. So trace can take items gold from this location's ruler. It takes 6 turns. That's something I'm willing to wait for in order to get some more money going. The docks are successfully infiltrated. That means we can infiltrate the city palace in another 10 turns, and Malin Catch. Alters the aquatic life in this area, mutating them into darker forms. These will constantly, slowly, increase madness and shadow each turn. Heroes can hold these efforts at bay. Will need to constantly work to hold back this umbral tide. Used to start a Deep One cult here. You see what I mean? This is going to be fucking fun, isn't it? First, let's complete our infiltration of the echelons of this particular city, start a nice little Deep One cult, and then move to the next northern city. I think we're really going to basically just focus on the northern cities for the Deep One cults. And by the time we're done with that, we're probably going to focus on the stronger nations. But Night Queendom is the strongest, obviously, with the most military power and a absolutely ridiculously highly high populace. However, once we start enshadowing their rulership, and well, let's just say civil war is quite the option at this point. Sadly. Because we don't actually want a civil war. We want the ruler to have an iron grip on this particular queendom. I think it was a queendom, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a queendom. Well, because they have a queen. The queen Indecto Dis, that is. So we kind of want her to stay in power over all the territory, so that we can slowly corrupt more of her territory. And then, when the time is right, declare the greatest nation of humanity to be a dark empire, of course. And until such far-flung plans, we shall continuously gather our strength. Sabotage Sir Impus Legenda following some personal grievance. Well, so long as it's not my agents that you're sabotaging, I'm very little, if at all, caring. The seal is broken. The dangers in the dark. Increase danger for quests. Yeah, stuff like that is kinda nice. We also have enough power to use our eyes in the shadows again. But since that actually makes our life relatively easy, as it allows us to infiltrate locations without having to waste any time. Let's see, you have also a library, some docks, and a city palace. Shield's broken, 3 out of 9. I don't know which, but I think you actually revive as a Dark God at like turn 300, 400, 500, something like that, I want to say. So, it's gonna take a while. What's established? It's kinda annoying. Life continues again. Strategy. Yeah, strategy is going to go for a fight. Take all your gold. Thank you. The bitch is close enough to receive immediate news of the actions of the courtier and is driven to righteous fury at injustice performed. They gain a personal dislike for the courtier, making them more likely to act against them in the future. Well, to be fair, outright robbery might not be the best way to make yourself friends. One admits. Look, the bitch is actually here. Interesting. I had not think that would be the case. I guess she's here to warn the largest kingdom of, well, our presence. Since you're so hated right now, how about you buy yourself some cell swords? Because you could be attacked, honestly, by the bitch. Can I check the bitch, rob the bitch? Steal ruler's item. Kinda would need to steal an item from you. Where are you based? Elven cults. All the way over there. I fucking hate elves, I tell ya. At some point. I mean, we don't really have any blood magic shit which requires to have personal items yet, so it's not really a problem I need to be too worried about. Was the merchant to change the words available? Interesting. We're gonna buy some cell swords. You have 3 command, and it should be near that you can also control 3 of them, so buy yourself some fucking servants. Repeat once more. And now you can also bribe the guards. Could check the periphery. Pledge's Circle. Witches have historically walked line between shadow and light. For millennia they have existed, the fingers of humanity, not necessarily allied, not necessarily enemies. The fascination with the darkness and the elder powers is mixed with a respect and worship of nature, which tempers the risk that the shadow has kept them from falling too far into madness and corruption. And rituals often involve both the natural world and the eldritch powers. Always, till now, keeping both in balance. Tip the scales towards the darkness. Slowly, the witches, outcast from humanity, are falling away from the light. How sad. Point of intrigue return. That sounds like something strategy would need in the future, as he is already quite the menace. So we have infiltrated, we could inflame tension, but it's a very small country, it's not really useful for us. Strategy is just gonna set up, well, a bit of a cult of the deep and then go on his way, merry way, to do the same thing again. Of course. It will take you 30 turns to infiltrate the dogs. The market is palace. This would give more unrest. Is there unrest right now? Unrest in tunnels. It would take you 9 turns to do this, little courteous, so I guess go for it. God damn it. Why, game? I guess otherwise the alternative is that we will have to wait 30 turns, eh? Right periphery would take 111 turns. Yeah, that's not going to work well now, is it? I don't really want to waste 30 turns, to be completely honest with you. But it is the largest city. Life continues again. Strategy starts fighting once more. Need to prefer what is 30 turn really. Okay. Apathic witness. Which is interrupted by a cough, one which carries a definite message to the listener. When seen by a passerby, watches him lazily, slowly smoking some manner of plant matter, occasionally belching a small acrid cloud as she watches the world go by. Guards are close at hand. He cannot be easily silenced. and she implies that unless the courtier makes a donation to her smoking habits, she might cause a disturbance which will slow things down for your agent. Intrigue is reduced by 1. That's paying her. You gain a challenge progress reduced by 1. Nice. And all of that for 20 gold. I'll fucking take it. Everything that makes this process faster is absolutely up my alley. Spellbinder has encountered a throng of local vermin, brazen by the numbers and desperate by the scarcity of food to find for every mouth. Individually, they would offer little threat to our pawn, but when they number this many, they can become problematic. Wait through, avoid them. Do you have enough health for that? Yeah, you do. Fuck it. You're just gonna bite the bullet. The spellbinder pushes through the infested street with a brisk stride. Most step out of the way after falling tall shadow of your agent. Some of the vermin react to her arrival with aggression. They snarl as they climb up her legs, bite at her hands, but try to swipe them away. A couple are proving to be persistent to the point of hanging on by their teeth. The last one skitters away, her legs are bruised through the fabric, and her hands are bleeding. She's still on time, unless she bleeds out now. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. More religious tensions. The spellbinder completes infiltrate the coven. Nice. Okay, so now you have infiltrated the coven. Now the problem is, technically speaking, you would be... Oh, that's the only side that we could desecrate. Nice. Where was I going with that? Yeah, technically speaking, you're better off being somewhere with a library and learn some fucking magic, of course. For the moment, I think I'm going to have to influence the order. That requires lore and command for bonus. Mostly because I kind of would like to turn the witches evil for the long-term goals that we have. We can infiltrate another place, can't we? Let's see, a convent. There's catacombs and a holy site. There's market, docks, and city palace. This is going to be the next place that Strategy is going to find himself in, trying to get another cult going once he's done. Then there's that one. I mean, I don't really think we need to, technically speaking, deal with that nonsense. I at least don't think so. The Daughterhood. The Daughterhood cult has existed for centuries. Their sect has been weaving through humanity's religious texts and developments. Their symbols will be found as a small part of a much larger temple, the concession of the dominant religion to the face of the Daughterhood. Their preaching unnerves the listener, as they teach that the Creator hates creation, that humanity's very existence is a sin which may one day be undone. Despite their blasphemous doctrine, they are tolerated, sought out for their uncanny ability to foresee the future. Their guidance allows crops to be gathered before the storm and villages to be evacuated before the flood. Lately, however, the seen daughter of city of Evarum has started screeching in terror, raving that the end has come and that the time of unmaking is near. My, what might she have seen? City have every room for an agent to arrive. When they do, they can recruit her as a minion to summon the powerful first daughter. Yeah, sure, I'll call you to serve. You are down here, okay. Can we summon another agent? No. Once more. Strategy. We're gonna have to fight some more. Now, let's remember that down here we can get ourselves something. Can I... I would kind of like to mark this in some way or form, but ain't no fucking how. Ah, yes, he has fallen 100%. Curious nobles. The courtier is brought before the city of Destin's curious nobles. Local elite has sought upon out and opening to assist him either to further their own mundane goals or to simply, I think I'm pretty sure we read this already. Here again, 25 gold, 5 challenge progress, and more. I would like to get some more money. Before we adopt a new religion. More religious tensions, of course. Like Circle. Fear of the power and fear of the darkness with which they commune has kept humanity from trusting the various witch faiths. They live in exile for the most part, on the fringes of civilization. Which is a lie, they live quite literally next to the greatest nation ever to exist. When they are tolerated is for the extensive knowledge of medicines, which might prove an option of last resort to a parent of a dying child or to a person afflicted by an incurable plague. It comes time to decide whether they will side with the light, the humans who rejected them, or with the shadow, the elder beings who threaten humanity. Only time will tell how the witches will choose. Seal broken. I have another agent slot. Great. Create agent. Who can be? Oh, we could create the monarch. Yeah, we could. I don't really see the point of doing this precisely yet because, well, the only nation that is shrouded enough to become the Dark Empire, literally the smallest on Earth and the weakest. Right. Wasn't that the place I was supposed to be going to pick up the lady, or do I need to actually move into the place? I mean, it could be. Garcia, she foresaw all of this, the passage of things which have led to this point, and those which will follow, all according to the will of inhuman and insane deities, which hate humanity and the few brief thoughts they spare it. Despite the horror and contempt her god feels for her, she is compelled by some inexplicable fascination to obey or serve the purpose of the cult, the first daughter cults. Young daughter minion, you can summon the first daughter by bringing an agent of a daughter minion to a desert location with a human soul modifier. More daughters will boost the power of the first daughter. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. We need a desert place, and we would need to kill a fucking hero there. Potentially, that is. Any point for us to infiltrate these places as well? We'll see what options we have once we pass those places. Resting his feet as one of the many less than illustrious taverns of the city of Descent, a group of bards approached the courtier with an offer. They would like to write a song, someone with his fame. Any atrocity could be framed as a cunning victory, an assassination, a heroic ploy to rid of a tyrant, burning a village as holding the ruthless kingsman back whilst the ever-grateful commoners ran. Anyone could be a hero for a price. I do love this. This game has so much charm. Really makes me go into the storytelling in my head, basically, is what I was trying to say. How do we gonna call the witch's order that we're going to get up here? I mean, if the hero's the bitch, what are we gonna call the witches then? Negative values will cause acolytes to gain shadow over time. And we have 2 acolytes right now. Actually see all the things, you know, like the income, which is ridiculously small. The goats. And basically the way this is, you can give them some tenants. So first we're going to corrupt them, then we're going to tell them to build temples, to preach, and not to be dogmatic, because that means the cost for introducing new ideas gets higher. Then we have moral tenants. Now, these are stuff like, for example, the Crusadic Holy Order. Holy Order. No, which order? But I mean, you get the point. Or, you know, Abrumency, Human Sacrifice, Abyssal Faith. I can then go like, yeah, deep ones are actually pretty cool. We want the deep ones all over the place. And you have different values, like from -2 to 0, or you know, stuff like this. Yeah, acolytes and temples of this faith will spread madness in locations following the faith. Sounds rather nice, doesn't it? Well, it's still going to take us forever and a day to get this done, so, well. You don't have stealthy yet. I kinda would like you to be stealthy. A little courteous so that you lose some of your profile. And since it's only gonna take you 21 turns, I would like you to infiltrate the city palace as well. As I said, this is the largest nation, and I would rather like to embroil myself in it rather deeply. Now then, strategy. You managed to get some rather disgusting aquatic life. But you are quite the menace at the moment as well. Guess you're gonna lay low for the moment. Now, as for a little... wait a second. Influence Holy Order, Command, and Law. And Law is actually something that you as a spellbinder would like to have anyway. So more Law seems to be just the thing the Doctor has ordered. So that we can get more influence with the Order, of course. You have finished that. When you're pretty good intrigue. You're not a bad fighter either. Let's see what happens if we send you down there. Because if we can kill one, bitch slayers. Yeah, let's skip the tail. Scale. Language is a difficult concept. Very much so an elder concept in and of itself, I would say. Let's see, 60. It's gonna take you a while to get rid of your menace, because right now you're considered to be quite dangerous little strategy, and we, of course, do not find that too pleasant. Nobility and opportunity. Out on a walk, the courtier's curiosity is piqued by a trail of red spatters leading to a back alley. A beloved civil leader, separate from the usual crowds, lays pale against a wall, alive but delirious. Mere fuck must have carved them for coin, only for them to escape. Aiden ponders for a moment whether to offer aid, to brag of this later within the high society, or to simply pull the boots off, strip them of all the valuables before leaving them to bleed to death. They're not really that much of a manage. Give me your money then. Well, some more religious tension, the unit has arrived. Because the fucking hero has moved on at this point. Beyond tries 3 might, but no companions, and I do have companions. The trickster deals 1 point of damage to Sister Pute Deepbow. Is killed by the shell shot. Trickster has defeated and killed Sister Pute Divebo. News of this victory will stir your enemies into action and draw attention to the Trickster. Better or worse. Glory in the victory gains and famous trait. And famous is rather nice because basically it means you have someone in your retinue who is well known as a threat. And should they be killed, the world will breathe easier, as they consider the threat to have passed. Oh, then we kill someone, and this is pretty surely arid land, or isn't it? Ah, there it is. Summon first daughter. Summons the first daughter, a powerful army which damages locations adjacent to it. HP increased by 60 per daughter minion attached to a unit in the summoning location. They have to be summoner. Base HP is 20. I don't think I ever summoned you yet, so we're gonna do just that. It's gonna apparently take 40 fucking turns to summon there. Jesus Christ. Wild fauna. Traveling through the outskirts of the Plex Coven with peons, there's croaking, hissing, and buzzing cacophony of insects, reptiles, and amphibians of various natures crawl, skitter, and fly from the undergrowth and attack them. Narratingly, a peon is killed. Disguised deep one crushed by a massive snake. Spellbinder knows this must be the, excuse me, work of a druid, who has made this place her home. But these animals would never attack in such unison naturally. She fights off the rest of the creatures. He considers that with every loss there is opportunity. Two holy sites up here. The north is rather rich in holy sites, interestingly enough. Weak, the courtier finds he has no more tasks to be completed. Everything is in order for now. No poisons or bribes to administer to officers, no traitors, no accidents or opportunities. It's as if the City of the Sin's inner workings have ground to a halt for the coming week. A rare chance to simply let loose and enjoy himself. Or else, she ends up but at an inn. Behind that would reduce your menace, your profile by 12. Keep a low profile, yeah. Sounds reasonable. Our evil shenanigans continue, slowly, ever so slowly. Strategy has finished laying low for the moment. Very good. Well, Sergi, it's high time that you start, potentially at least, if you can, a deep cult. I wonder what was the requirement to get that started. An emulator going for Ace Combat 0? Interesting. Can only be performed by a corrupted good hero. I wonder if I can actually see the modifiers. And there seems to be some madness around here, at the very least. I don't think that we can do much more here at the moment, at least, which means that it's probably high time that you move over to the next location. Oh, that's gonna be quite a journey again. Baroness Pardis Peroni reaches out to her child, the courtier. Letting know that the crimes he has been accused of must have been for good reason, and that if they could only meet, there would be a way to sort things out. She has arranged for a secret set of entrances to be made, for the guards to look the other way. Baroness Pardis Peroni's location gains the bribed guards modifier. Look, it's the mom of little courtier. Eyes blind. Blinded by guilt. Foolish creature. There's no saving. A little sunny boy. The alchemists. Gotcha has discovered a gaggle of alchemists. These poor fools, driven by a dangerous mixture of curiosity and naive yet arrogant greed, imagine themselves on the verge of solving life's problems. Mortality leads to gold. A desire, very, very pedestrian. Their approaches could bear fruit, if guided by those who know more. Deceive the fools, lose 15. Nice. Gold. We do have gold, but 50% shadow is kind of nice in the location, especially because it's the fucking capital city. It's quite the achievement. Impish support us. Adrixa encounters mischievous imps while going about the business in the city of Rentint. Creatures offer to assist your agent in her plans, but they require some sustenance, magical or otherwise, to allow them to assist. If they refuse, they will become disruptive pests. The imps are prone to such pettiness. Yeah, you lose 1 power, but I gain 20. Yeah, that's kinda nice. Blooded power. 2 HP. I'll fucking make you bleed. And we have arrived. Time to infiltrate the docks and everything else. Which will take 50 turns at this point. Okay, that's a bit more than I'm willing to wait. Sadly, however, really not much I can do here. It's basically then a long-term investment. No, but I'm actually somewhat okay with that. I do need to kind of focus our attention on the bigger picture. Having somebody up there just doing their job doesn't really perturb me much. Every one of them has a different reason for turning away from humanity's more established and accepted religions, turning towards witchcraft. Some are driven out, turn to witchcraft to survive, stake it up in secret and flee when discovered. The faith, such as it is, incorporates both magics and religious elements. The worship of beings from a pantheon humanity rarely considers, or perhaps facets of the same gods, just seen from a darker perspective. But one hero nearby gains a liking for them. Well, it doesn't really seem like it's going to be a problem, honestly. Actually, could we set up a... doesn't seem like it. Spreads shadow float from this location, expanding the edges of the region of shadow as this in. Shadow will be applied to the closest non-shadow connection location. It's 20 minutes to this coven. Result in human nations invading to destroy it. Yeah, things that far too weak to risk getting attention. What is that's the alchemist again. Gold for strategy. No shadow. No shadow is better. Which Ranges Vicent is falling to the shadow? I would imagine so, because you're probably one of the only acolytes this particular coven has. Can I actually see your acolytes? See heroes. Which Requiem Ferris, which is sitting here and doing nothing apart from getting nice and enshadowed. And which Ranges Vincent, which is in shadow at this point. Still sane though. We had something. More tensions. I'm just gonna be hanging back and sitting around for a little bit at least, waiting for things to happen. So right now our little coven is still in its infancy. And at least nobody is really motivated to attack us. 11%, 11%, 10%. And the bitch is still the chosen one, and she will be forevermore until she gets, well, potentially murdered. Eyes in the shadow. I do love this particular spell. It's the reason why I like my snake lady very, very much so. Could infiltrate this just to finish up. I mean, I guess we can infiltrate potentially just the whole of the north. So basically, you know, pull along this line and just go like, okay, all of the northern countries are now fallen. As for nations, that's an orc empire. Well, an empire. An orc settlement. That is part of the main island. That's the fucking elves. These are orcs directly next to the elves. What interesting is this particular orc nation, empire, horde is actually directly next to the place of the where the elven hero comes from. Something to consider, I would say, and to keep in mind. Something to potentially use and abuse. Of course, who wouldn't find it dire news to hear that their own hometown is invaded by a raving horde of orcs, murdering, maiming, and brutalizing all of your nice little family. Fear of their power, fear of the darkness with which they commune, has kept humanity from trusting the various witch faiths. They live in exile for the most part, fringes of civilization. Tolerated it is for their extensive knowledge of medicines. I think we already read this, but it's kinda cute. It might prove an option of last resort to a parent of a dying child, or to a person afflicted by an incurable plague. When it comes time to decide whether they will side with the light and the humans who rejected them, All of the shadow and the elder beings will threaten humanity. Only time will tell how the witches will choose. Slowly, the witches outcasts from humanity are falling away from the light. How saddening, isn't it? I do love the premise of this game, though, I must admit. It amuses me greatly. Now, we have finished our infiltration? Yes, you are infiltrated as fuck. Put it mildly. Which gives me some options. We could once again go for a malign catch and try to get them to turn into the deep and dark ones. That might not actually be such a bad choice. However, it also is a rather disgustingly annoying choice. You have vast sewers. Now, vast sewers is what allows you to spread the plague, which might be interesting as well for other nations, that is. As for this nation, shall of course become our dearest of servant one way or another. Now then, how is it? Are you still the most powerful world? Yes. Which means we should probably start influencing, or rather infiltrating, more of the places that are directly connected to Queendom. Yes, this might be a good idea. After all, if we were to decide to put this into a Dark Empire in any form, some more enshadowing must happen first. And while the witches will try to go around and start getting some influence for us going as well. This nation is fucking huge, though. It's gonna take us fucking forever to influence in the right way. I mean, we're gonna focus on this particular part around the capital city first, I suppose. That means he's going to run around from place to place and infiltrate more places for us. That would take 10 turns. I mean, we can afford to bribe some some guards. Can influence the bitch slayers again, that is good. We're gonna turn them into really, 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 really evil little creatures. Okay, so we already have Elder Powers 3, Building Temples, Preachers, borderline locations when they gain enough gold. Your budget is kinda fucking horrible, I must admit. And then again, we do need to get this going. Dogmatic, as I said, basically makes it so that you require more points to influence them, and which is actually the only ones who is easier influenced by the elders than by humanity. Everybody else, you know, fair choice, 200 to 100. Just not the witches. That coven needs to grow very slowly. Very slowly indeed. Over-eager guards. Strategy has found that the guards here are unusually proficient at their task. Our agent can either take this time to ensure discretion. A slightly delay, I can proceed at pace, but risk gaining unwanted attention from the local law enforcement. You are not really much of a menace right now, so proceed anyway. Do not fear. Challenge. We're gonna influence them until we have all of the things we want to get out of that. As for you, lore is your strong suit, so we're gonna focus on that as well. And have you continuously doing what needs to be done. First daughter. Millennia ago, well before human history records, the first daughter arose. She was the first of her creed, was empowered by some elder force to undo the sin of creation and unmake the world. Some force, potentially human or potentially not, slew her. However, before she could complete her task and her followers, the daughterhood were scattered to wait. During these thousands of years, they prepared for the alignment of the stars, and the barriers between life and death could be weakened enough. In preparation, vast tomb temples were erected, maintained for a while, then abandoned, lost to the sands which the first daughter made. And such tomb is here, still ready to fulfill its ancient purpose. Proceed onwards. The first daughter of Ishtar is sent to unmake creation, to undo the mistake made by her father, and end life, so that a new world can be made. Daughters continued their worship, guided by the insane visions and an inescapable compulsion to obey the will of the Creator. It is not faith to worship one who regards the worshipper's very existence as a sin. For as long as humanity has built its cities, they have waited to pass on their teachings to others. Humanity tolerated them for their gifts of foresight, despite their occasional violent outbursts and resolutely suicidal tenets of faith. The first daughter waits just on the other side of death. The passage of a powerful soul weakens the barriers. She is ever patient, driven to continue her eternal duty of uncreation. The daughters guiding her, holding the passage open, she can breach the walls of our reality and assault the world once again. The chants continue for hours. The incense burns until the air is choked. The return was fated. The first daughter emerges from death. Glowing and winged, she is an inhuman servant of blasphemous powers. Or perhaps powers so holy that humanity has no place in their designs. The storm begins immediately. The sands are whipped up to a furious sandstorm around her. From her presence destroys the world, with the sun scorching the world until all life withers. Life holds her at bay. She cannot walk on fertile soil. Her very gaze is deaf to all that grows, flies, or walks on the earth. Slowly, she can move across the surface of the planet, burning it clean of life. The first daughter is beyond any single human abilities to combat. She fights as an army and can only be destroyed by large military forces. She cannot leave the desert, but will cause the terrain near her to turn arid and uninhabitable automatically, devastating her location and adjacent ones, easily eradicating human settlements. She destroys the climate, human settlements, she will gain menace. Humanity will send its armies against her. Red points are determined by the number of daughter minions. Okay, so we now have an army. First daughter. 80 hit points. I don't know where I was supposed to be getting more of the children, but picked army. And you are now done here, little trickster. I guess we're going to attack the southern lands. Yeah, basically cleaning up all of these things. And then try to move north towards Elven territories. Can the daughter cross water, I wonder? Because technically speaking, water is pretty much a necessity of creating and maintaining life, after all. Now then, my dear little trickster. First daughter attacked the army of Ren 10, dealing 10 damage. And I attacked the first daughter for 4 damage. Merchant of Antiquities. As the project goes about the business, they are called to by a trader. Sitting beside his assortment of wares. He's been watching for a while now, has realized that the courtier is involved in some affairs they might not want the guards knowing about. He assures the courtier that he has no intentions of turning customers over to the guards, showing that the subtext is well understood. If the agent does not make a purchase, they would not be a customer, so might not be as safe from his reports. He may of course not be trustworthy, and possibly the item bought will turn out to be of no worth at all. 30 gold, random rare, common, useless item. Oh. Dismiss. Dismiss. I can influence my little bitches again. Okay, you start by bribing the guards. Queen Tarim Katim has died, killed when city of Renten fell, climate unable to support human life. Oh shit, the army intercepts. Go to Golden Family. The accusations against her sister, the trickster, have upset Princess Sedrim Setola. Refuses to believe that her sister could do such a thing. Using her connections and political influence, she has intervened on behalf of the trickster and has managed to convince the general aristocratic community. Must have been some misunderstanding. Fucking fool. Okay, trickster. First, lay low a little bit. You are somewhat considered to be a threat to life, amongst other things. Mostly because you kinda decided to fucking, okay, so you cannot actually go there, can you? Yeah, no, you can't, because there's no connection there. You go there? No. See, I really don't want to necessarily go there. Okay, so if I set you up here, will you actually spread your influence? Swayed, opinion swayed, wild fauna again. The fucking druid, and this time it's the spellbinder. Ah, the spellbinder has nothing to fear. Okay, will this actually... Yes, it will. Jesus Christ. Okay, so just by being nearby, she spreads, well, her death, I suppose. And, well, that kinda makes life rather... not being a thing any longer, basically. So I don't even need to be a fucking army. I can just sit here and watch the habituability going down, I suppose. For strategy. Strategy has no gold. But you probably would like some gold. That's a cool little thing with the daughter army there. I fucking like that. I think it's pretty fucking hilarious. You're into football. I mean real football. Not really, no. It is, just like with most other sports, more nuisance than anything else, as it has a tendency to interrupt scheduling. Things I would actually rather be interested in. Sad as that might be. I have infiltrated that. That is basically all we wanted to do. We wanted it to be infiltrated. Well, yeah, quite a few of us. Who would rather enjoy something else. Like some anime, for example. Okay, so... yeah, your habituality goes down. Just by... okay, I can just sit this army here and basically turn the whole world into, well, essentially non-existing. Which is just awesome, honestly. I find this rather amusing. It's great. I mean, I do know that they're sports anime, mind you, but that doesn't entice me much. And then combine it with streaming. Well, now you have me somewhat interested. How the fuck is that going to work? I don't really want to kill this one. I mean, even the mightiest nation on Earth will probably have to suffer a little bit, I suppose. Race. Convent. Do not let them live. Okay, and this game has no problem with me going out. Let's see, yeah. I see football. Interesting. I don't think I will have to give a little look at some point. Where did I send you my little, Oh yeah, I sent you up here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Infiltrate the vast sewers. And we can influence the bitches again, can't we? Once we're done with those, they will happily peppily spread all the good shit. Killed when Chris Covenant fell. Climate unable to support human life. City of Den fell. Climate unable to support life. Task cancelled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we're attacked. Well, I mean, I can kind of understand why they would attack us, to be completely fair and honest. Let's move up there then to take a nice little, well-deserved rest. It's stronger than I would like them to be. I think I'm going to have to retreat if I want to get more out of her. If I can get out of there, that is. I mean, otherwise it's a nice experiment, but more religious tensions. Somebody gets in shadow too. Oh yeah, up here. I mean, to be fair, that is kind of understandable. There's some shit going on there. You're still in battle, or can you run away now? Yes, you can run away. Very good. Let's see if they're gonna follow us. Somebody dead of old age. Well, the army hasn't really followed us yet. Okay, so if I go over here, just sit here, and drive back someone apparently. I mean, you're not really that menacing. Falling of light. We're traveling to Prashbrilica. This was once a forested region. Long, long ago. Oops, that's not what I wanted to. Go with the trickster. I guess you do still miss 1 HP, so I guess you can actually rest. Your armies cannot protect you from the undeniable march. The desert. I do love it. This is a nice little thing, isn't it? So this is probably going to be some what's going to become rather some of my most beloved strategies. Let's see, become more infuriated with me. Extensions. And the trickster's done. Ah, Kingdom of Brate. Of course, they're going to fall. Vessel. Much. Trickster. How about you start from over here? Now it's a bit of a journey, but... another quarter. Do you have full HP? Yeah. Just wait through there. Against her husband. Oh no.